More than 100,000 Americans are on a transplant waiting list searching for a donor kidney.
Yeah, but it took Brendan Blair of Peachtree City a lot of work just to get on that list. And that's because first he had to lose more than 100 pounds. The Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin is here now with this story. Beth?
And Sine and Tom, Brendan really had the odds stacked against him because his kidneys have failed and he needs dialysis every other day, which leaves him exhausted. But he had to find a way to work out and get healthy so that he could get a transplant because he realized his life depends on it. Hours before dawn, Brendan Blair arrives at the DaVita Dialysis Center in Peachtree City.
I get here about 5:40.
3 times a week for the last 5 years, the same routine.
It's pretty draining.
Blood pressure, temperature, then his lungs. Then the nurse connects him to the machine that will do what his kidneys cannot.
I'm at end-stage kidney disease.
Slowly, for the next 3.5 hours, the machine filters the toxins from Brendan's blood.
I just try to stay busy. I have color. Oh, that's my niece was coloring. That's right. I forgot. This one probably took me 4 days. I just like it. It's fun. It keeps me busy. Psalm 61.
Sometimes he reads the Bible on an app on his phone.
Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you have been my refuge.
But this was not the life that Brendan expected when he and Janae married back in 2009, only to learn 2 years later that Brendan's kidneys were scarred and failing, and he would soon need dialysis.
We were heartbroken.
Dialysis meant no more mission trips abroad together, but Brendan adjusted.
He's stayed positive, where a lot of people go to dialysis and they hate it. They're like, oh, I got to spend 4 hours of my day doing this, doing that. And he goes, you know, I'm so thankful for dialysis because without it, I'd be dead.
Brendan initially hoped to qualify for a kidney transplant, but he was told he was too heavy.
At my peak, I was 412 pounds.
So he radically changed his diet, joined a gym, and dropped 90 pounds. Then after gastric sleeve surgery back in April, 98 more.
Currently, I am 229.
September 14th, they were notified Brendan had been placed on a waiting list for a donor kidney.
Our prayers are with you.
Now the Blairs have got to find a donor, so they're searching on Facebook.
We just know that the kidney's out there. We know that the person is out there.
It's a long shot, but Brendan Blair is certain that this will not be his life forever.
It's my faith. It's my faith in God. This is my trust in God. Have a good weekend. It's going to work out. I know it's going to work out.
And he has a great attitude, and Brendan's Facebook post about his kidney search has been shared nearly 1,000 times, and the average wait time for a deceased donor kidney in Georgia is about 5 years. Brendan is hoping that he can find a living donor, which would radically speed up the process for him. Tom and Sine, the question is, he doesn't really have anybody he knows that's a match, so now he's kind of just sort of putting it out there to the universe and maybe trying to find a stranger that would help him.
Yeah, hopefully that stranger is watching right now. I was just taken aback by how much it takes out of you to do that dialysis over such an extended period of time.
And we didn't get into the fatigue and the cost and, you know, just the grind of it. But, you know, I think he's really stayed positive and just tried to stay focused on the end game, which is hopefully getting, you know, a new kidney.
And he was motivated to lose that weight because his life depended on it. All right, Beth, thanks.